The Last Letter. The story begins with a serene view of a small, picturesque town, where life moves at a gentle pace. The camera zooms in on Mr. Samuel's quaint little house, filled with old memories and photographs of a life well lived. Mr. Samuel, now in his late 70s, is seen sitting by the window, looking out at the world with a tinge of melancholy. He lives alone after his wife passed away a decade ago, and his children, now grown up, have moved far away for work. One rainy afternoon, while sorting through an old trunk of letters and memorabilia from his days as a postman, Mr. Samuel discovers a letter tucked away at the bottom. It's an old, weathered envelope, addressed to him, with his wife's familiar handwriting. He hesitates, unsure if he should open it after all these years, but curiosity and longing eventually get the better of him. As Mr. Samuel reads the letter, the camera shifts to close-ups of his face, showing his changing expressions: surprise, sorrow, and love. The letter reveals that his wife, Mary, knew she was ill before she passed but chose not to burden him with the knowledge. Instead, she wrote him a letter, expressing her deepest feelings, her gratitude for the life they shared, her love for him, and her hope that he would find joy and purpose even after she was gone. The story transitions into a series of flashbacks, depicting their life together. Mr. Samuel, then a young, eager postman, meets Mary at a local cafe. They fall in love over shared interests and simple conversations. They face hardships, like financial difficulties and the loss of their first child. Yet, they support each other through it all, finding strength in their bond. Scenes of them dancing in the living room to an old record, celebrating birthdays, and raising their children fill the screen. These moments highlight the deep connection they shared, making the audience feel the weight of their love and the loss Mr. Samuel now feels. The flashbacks fade as the story returns to the present. Mr. Samuel, with tears streaming down his face, finishes reading the letter. He is overwhelmed by a mix of emotions: grief for the loss of his wife and a renewed sense of purpose. The letter brings him a sense of closure, but it also ignites a desire to reconnect with his children, whom he had distanced himself from after his wife's passing. The next day, Mr. Samuel writes letters to each of his children, expressing his love and regret for not being more involved in their lives. He invites them to visit, hoping to rebuild their relationship. The story ends with Mr. Samuel standing at the mailbox, posting the letters. He watches as they disappear into the box, a smile on his face, symbolizing his acceptance of the past and his hope for the future. As the camera pulls back, showing Mr. Samuel walking back to his home, the narrator delivers the moral of the story: life is fleeting, and the moments we share with our loved ones are precious. It's never too late to reach out, to reconnect, and to find happiness again, even after loss.